to Horror Hour.
Welcome to the Horror Hour, the place we discuss, we debate, we disagree on all things horror. Technically. Today, I'm your co-host, Yutaka. Hello, and I'm joined with my fellow co-host, Liam.
Good day.
Today, we will be reviewing a new Apple TV film from A24 called Sharper. It actually comes out in theaters here in St. Louis on February 17th. The film centers around a group of ambitious, greedy, lustful, and ruthless strivers competing for riches and power. Sharper is a neo-noir thriller set in the bedrooms, boardrooms, and bars of New York City. Everyone is out for themselves, and no one is exactly who they seem as a bookstore owner, a PhD candidate, a business magnate, an elegant socialite, and her ne'er-do-well son collide in a high-stakes game that will keep audiences guessing until the very last secret is revealed. That's a good one. All right. So we're going to talk our overall thoughts. And we'll talk about the cast, the script, production design, and costuming, and then we'll give our overall rating. So first off, Liam, what are your overall thoughts?
I did find it entertaining.
Okay.
It
Same.
I wouldn't describe it as a neo-noir psychological thriller as it is being advertised. I would say it was more of a high-stakes drama.
Yeah,
I didn't
could
find
see that.
I didn't find there to be any thriller elements to it. But I still did really enjoy it because the acting was so good.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would also say the third act was kind of thrilling.
Was it?
Okay, maybe to me. Okay.
Oh, that's as we say in the title, disagree. Yeah, it was the obviously as we're gonna get into casting and production design and costuming, so I will save my thoughts on that for then.
All
But
right.
overall wise, they were the standouts for me.
Okay. I agree. I did find this entertaining. I will say it was definitely a little bit predictable. So that's kind of maybe where I think you and I might agree. But I will say, yeah, I thought the third act was thrilling, even though I think maybe I saw that ending coming, but I still actually enjoyed it because I think one of the great things about this film, which we're going to start talking about now, would be the cast. I had just a great time with this cast. Julianne Moore was just eating up everything. So I love that. Briana Middleton, I'm not familiar with her, but I quite liked her as Sandra, or aka Sandy.
Yeah, I would agree. Sandy, Sandy, she was a standout. She really held her own against Julianne, who we know is a powerhouse when it comes to acting. So that was good to see. Sebastian Stan, I was back and forth on him throughout the film. Some scenes I really enjoyed what he was doing, and then some scenes I was like, eh. But I would say the standouts for me were Briana Middleton and Justice Smith and Julianne Moore. All three of them played really well opposite each other. I really enjoy just Justice Smith in general. So that probably helped as well. But yeah, no, I will say Briana Middleton, real standout.
Absolutely, because I'm going to say I kind of disagree with you on Justice Smith a little bit. I think at times he and Sebastian...
Not my baby.
I know. He and Sebastian Stan just weren't working for me. I'll be honest. At times, not throughout the whole movie, but I thought I didn't feel that the emotion we were getting from them seemed genuine. And I'm not going into the whole conning aspect or grifters or things like that, because you don't know who's who, and maybe that's part of it is you're not supposed to tell if they're emotions, but I just didn't feel even in that at times we were getting that real character to me. But we
It's
both,
fine.
yeah, definitely. Briana Middleton, without spoiling, as you said, she held her own with Julianne Moore, and I loved that. That was an awesome scene.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So yes, I really enjoyed that. In terms of speaking of that, how about the script? What'd you think about that?
I mean, as it said in obviously the press release, it is a script from the Blacklist,
Which is good.
which is supposed to be this obviously lauded thing of,
It is.
oh my God, if a script's on the Blacklist, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the second film that I've seen that is lauding itself as a film from the Blacklist, where I don't really think script-wise it's as good as what that it's a Blacklist film and title entails. Like, obviously the whole thing with Passengers, it was like this whole huge thing of, oh my God, it's from the Blacklist, it's this amazing list of scripts that haven't been produced yet.
Yeah.
And then that was a disappointment. Okay. Even though I did enjoy Passengers a little bit.
But this one you enjoyed.
I think it's kind of the same. I think I was watching it under the thing of, well, this has come to me saying this is a neo-noir psychological thriller.
But there was no
and
psychological.
That isn't what it's giving me.
Okay.
So I'm in my head, I'm like, well, clearly that's an issue on the script, because if it's advertising itself as something, but that's not what it's delivering.
But it still delivered drama for you.
It still delivered the drama,
so
like high-stakes drama. Jesus.
So let me put it this way.
You can't have Julianne Moore as like a glamorous gay New York socialite housewife and not have drama.
So if this were marketed as a drama, you would be a little bit more on board with the script.
I would have been more forgiving.
Okay, that's fair. I would say,
there was still some issues with the script, so I wouldn't go from
okay, that's fair,
to woo, this is amazing.
I would say
it still had some issues, but
I think when it came to the story and overall, I felt, as I said earlier, it was a little bit predictable. But the reason I still really enjoyed it is, we'll talk about the next one in a moment, was the cast. But I will say, when it came to that third act, I still say it's thrilling, but I still saw that coming a mile away,
Yeah. So it's an easy, like, the twist isn't that twisty when even Yutaka's getting it on his own.
He's got a point. Well, let's put it this way too. When we talk about this though, when it comes to the structure of the movie though, I did like that. I think, they're purposely trying to mislead you, which is great. And the way they feed it to you, I enjoyed. So I have to give them kudos to that, because I liked that breakdown from each character's perspective. And did you notice when they did that too, though, somewhat, maybe it was just me, but the theme or the music kind of changed with each person, that it was kind of suited to those characters? Maybe
I did not notice that.
I just noticed, like, certain, like, yeah, it was very.
I noticed there was change. I know there was a change to music depending on where they were.
Yeah.
So like but I don't think that was specifically down to.
It just felt like that. Maybe
per se.
Maybe that's because I just rewatched it. Maybe.
Possibly.
Speaking of the next thing that I really freaking just loved, production design and costuming.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful gowns. But seriously, I really did. I loved what they kept putting Julianne Moore in. Oh my God, she looked fabulous. Yeah. And I loved that New York apartment. I even loved actually Sandy's New York apartment, because that was definitely feels like a New York apartment, sitting out on the stoop. I love that scene actually too. I really I loved the setting, and it looked gorgeous. just this looked. I think the reason that I wanted to see this film too, when I saw the trailer, was it just looked money, which is good for considering what it's about, right?
Yeah.
But that to me, I was like,
I
oh
agree.
my God. You know,
again,
go ahead. Sorry.
Just everything that had Julianne Moore in
yeah,
was so high end and gorgeous. I really enjoyed because production design wise, I really enjoyed the look and feel of the bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt so quaint, and like
library
small,
from Beauty and the Beast,
roomy, and,
in the beginning.
Oh, it was gorgeous. Yeah.
So that scene was super cute too, without giving it away.
The whole beginning, I was just like,
so good.
Oh, this is wonderful.
That's when I loved.
But again,
Justice
I think it's
Smith,
just because I love Justice Smith.
He was very good, or they were very good in that scene.
Yeah. So yeah. Obviously, you've already mentioned like the Manhattan apartment. Obviously, everything with Julianne Moore. So the Julianne Moore in the bookshop and were the things that stood out to me, apart from obviously what you've already mentioned.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So, you know, with all of that, what would you rate it?
I think I would have to go. I would go at 3.5.
Okay.
Wait there, we're doing it out of 5 or 10?
Yeah,
I know you keep changing
that's
your mind.
No. We've
been
doing
out of 5?
Out of 5. So that's
okay.
interesting because
so it's 3.5.
How crazy. I would actually say the same, because I've been learning that 4 is excellent and 5 is outstanding. I don't know if I would say this was an excellent film, but I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. I seriously, I loved the visuals. I enjoyed, you know, some of the music as well and setting. I loved just the cast interaction for the most part. And so, yeah, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 as well.
So, I think the cast and the production really elevated the material. So,
agreed.
I would give it a 3.5.
Yeah. So, you know, that is our review of Sharper. Remember, it comes out in certain theaters on February 17th. It comes from A24. Let us know down below if you saw it. Did you like it? If you didn't like it, and if you did see it, did you see that twist coming? Please mark it spoilers as such. And hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you're notified every time we put out new content. Until next time, y'all. Bye.
Goodbye.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour.